Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to review the question that I get on a daily basis, and that is, how do I find the stocks that I trade? Now, a quick disclaimer before you get any further into this video. If you are someone that's trying to trade penny stocks, this video may not help you out as much. My style is more focused on large cap tech stocks, so I just wanted to make sure you knew that before I wasted any of your time. So with that said, let's just go ahead and jump right into this. Press that like button for me, subscribe for some future videos, and make sure to press the bell notification so you guys know every single time that I post on this channel. So the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning, like maybe every other trader out there, I roll over in bed, I pick up my phone, and I open up my Thinkorswim trading app. Now on this trading app is my watch list. My watch list is where I find almost all of the stocks that I trade on a daily basis. It comprises of maybe 50 to 60 large cap tech stocks with some more momentum stocks sort of thrown in there, like GME and AMC. I obviously added those to the watch list. So sometimes I'll go ahead and add some other stocks, but for the most part, it is these large cap tech stocks. So I will pull up my watch list up here on the screen on the app. So pulling it up, you guys can see that the top three there are the futures. I have the /ES/NQ and the /YM. The ES is the SPY, the NQ is the NASDAQ, and the YM is the Dow. Now I watch these because this is showing me how the futures are trading in the morning as well as overnight. This is a good way to get a judgment on how the market is when you wake up or when you go to sleep. You know, the futures open around 8 p.m. every single night. So looking at this, I go ahead and look at, for example, you guys can see right now the S&P is up 23 points, the NASDAQ's up 91 points. So if I see that in the morning, then I know that maybe we are having some upside continuation on some tech stocks. The other thing why I have all of them is because if the NASDAQ is outperforming the Dow, then I know that maybe we're getting some type of tech rally. So the next thing that I do looking at this watch list is I'm looking at the last column. So that first column you can see is the last column. Now that is what the stock closed at the day prior. So if you wake up tomorrow, that price is what, say, Apple closed at yesterday. So for example, today Apple closed at 135.37. Now what I'm looking at next is I'm sort of judging the last column with the bid and ask column. So if the bid is different than the last, then I know that the stock has moved in the pre-market or has moved in the after hours. So for example, let's take a look at, I'm going to try to find one that's a pretty big difference. Let's look at, we don't really have many that are different at this point because the market just closed, but let's just take, for hypothetical reason, Disney. Disney is closed, it closed at 187.67. Now, when I wake up tomorrow morning, let's say it's Monday. Unfortunately, it's not a good example because tomorrow's the weekend, but let's say tomorrow is Monday. I wake up in the morning and Disney is at 191. So it's a pretty big gap up in the pre-market. That makes me sort of interested in Disney. I know that we have a gap up in the pre-market, and that is now a stock that will sort of be put on my watch list in the morning, something that I will definitely take a look at. So I'm scanning through this watch list, looking at what has a gap up or a gap down versus the prior close. Now, once I have, maybe 10 to 15 stocks in mind, I'll come over into the office and I'll start to pull up the charts and we can go ahead and run through that. But before we do that, you guys can sort of see what my watch list is here. A lot of large cap, Microsoft, Netflix, Nvidia, Penn National, Pinterest, Palantir, Peloton, PayPal, QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF, Roku, Starbucks, Stitch Fix, Shopify, Snapchat. So these are all stocks that you guys probably know about. I'm not going ahead and using a scanner every single morning to find some big penny stocks that are moving. I'm not doing market research every single morning to find stocks. I'm looking at this watch list. I'm seeing what is moving, and then I go ahead and focus in on, say, 10 of them, and then try to narrow it down even more when the market opens. So the next thing to do is to jump onto the actual trading platform where I watch my charts, which has the same watch list here on the left side. I know it may be a little bit small for you guys on mobile, but is the same exact watch list that is on my phone, so it transfers over. So that watch list is there for me. Sometimes I will sort of sort it by net change. I can sort it by the last price, which sort of has the bigger stocks at the top, or you can even add in a percent gain or percent loss to sort of scale this by. But during the day, I will usually have this at the highest net gain to the lowest net gain so that I can keep an eye on some of these stocks. So for example, if you can't see this, you have Amazon, PayPal, ALGN, Chewy, QS, FedEx, Peloton, all at the top, all the top net gainers of the day. And while the market is open, that will be moving, and I'll be able to see which stocks are overperforming and which stocks are underperforming. Now, the main thing that I recommend, I don't have it usually here in the middle. I usually have it on this left screen here, but for YouTube, I obviously have to put it here. I always keep the futures open during the trading day. So for example, this is /NQ. This is the NASDAQ futures. I will always keep this up while I'm trading these tech stocks. I need to make sure I know what the overall market is doing so that I sort of can tell what the stocks may do. So today was a great example of this. You can see, how about that end of day rally on the NASDAQ? Absolutely huge. And you can see what happens on Amazon. You can see what happened on Tesla. You can see what happened here on Apple and Microsoft, all big tech stocks, and they all moved higher because of this big market-wide pump. So if you didn't have this NASDAQ up, you wouldn't know why this is happening. But since you're watching these futures, you know that it is up and you know why this is occurring. You can also watch the SPY. You can watch the QQQ. Those are also sort of market-wide ETFs that you can watch. But I always recommend to keep one of these futures up. So one good example for you is this morning, QS was up pretty nicely in the pre-market. So I woke up in the morning, I checked my watch list, and I saw that QS was up from $47 yesterday to about $51 in the pre-market. So that sparks my interest. I want to see, why is that occurring? Is there news? Is there a catalyst? And this is definitely something that I should watch. That doesn't mean 100% that I'm going to trade that stock, but it is something that I want to monitor, and I want to see if there will be some type of continuation to the upside and something that I can take advantage of. For example, we can see Tesla was down this pre-market, so I was looking at that as well. So any of these big swings in the pre-market will get them on my screen and will get me interested. Now, for the most part, me personally, I usually have stocks like this up every single day. I usually watch Penn National every day. I watch Tesla every day. I watch Amazon every day. I watch Microsoft, Apple, these big cap tech stocks. I watch them on a daily basis. I'm a big believer of trading stocks that you're familiar with, stocks that you've seen the momentum before, you've seen the patterns before, that you can take advantage of and you can repeat. When you get into stocks that you're not familiar with, like for example, if I was to pull up, let's say, let's give an example of Goldman Sachs. So a bank stock like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, let's say Wynn Resorts. These stocks I don't trade much, so I don't know how they move. Now, another trader out there may be very familiar with it, and they can take advantage of those moves themselves. But for me personally, I've watched all of these stocks that are currently up on the screen probably every single day for, I don't even want to know how long, probably years and years. So it makes me a little bit more comfortable because I know what can happen. I know what they do around resistance areas. I know what they can do around support areas. And that gives me one leg up in a market where you definitely need, some type of advantage. It's very difficult to trade on a daily basis, to profit on a daily basis. And if you just have that one leg up because you've seen the stock before, you've been there before, that can definitely help you out. So the second thing, besides looking at my watch list, besides sort of looking at these pre-market gap ups on these tech stocks, and I'm not BSing you here, this is honest truth, is my Discord chat. Now, if you're not in my Discord chat, then maybe you look for someone else's Discord chat. Even if it's not a Discord chat, being around other traders that are calling out stocks, it is extremely valuable. If you don't want to follow my trades, you don't want to follow other people's trades, just being in a good chat that has people that actually watch the market every single minute, every single day, and calling out stocks that are moving is extremely valuable and well worth whatever the membership fee may be to be in that group of traders. For example, we have 1,400 traders in this Discord chat that I run. Every single day during the market, we are in this options chat. People are calling out stocks all day that are moving, and I'm being honest here. I look at almost every single one that they bring up because it is another opportunity that I may be able to catch. If it's a stock that I've seen before, that I'm familiar with, then I will definitely rotate onto my Thinkorswim trading platform and pull up that ticker. Today was a perfect example of this. We have a member, Prophet Maya. He is, he's here all the time. He called out BIDU intraday before it made a huge rally. Right here is where I have it pulled up. At around 11 o'clock, he called out BIDU. He was saying how it looks pretty good for a certain breakout. I looked at that trade, and I made over $400 on that trade today. Now, sort of to sidetrack here, I'm still a red day for me today. I lost about $200 today, so just wanted to throw that in here. Still a red day for me, a very choppy market. But back onto the subject, having these guys in here, all of the members in this Discord chat, calling out different trades, saying, look at AMD, look at Tesla, Penn is dumping, BNGO, Disney came back. All of these examples of watching this and monitoring this, seeing what tickers people are calling out, is extremely valuable. You know, it's 1,400 people. That means there's 1,400 people looking at stocks. I'm only one person. I can only look at, say, 6 to 8 charts at a time. So if they're calling out stuff, it's extremely valuable. And I highly recommend, even if you don't join my Discord chat, try to find a group of traders that you can trade with. If you want to really do this and you want to do it on a daily basis, having more people watching the market for you is a great place to start. So let's recap everything we just talked about. The first thing, a watch list. I highly recommend everyone out there to start building a watch list with stocks that you want to trade, that you've traded before, and that you're familiar with. I have about 50 stocks, mostly large cap tech stocks that I watch every single day, and I find opportunities for to make money, usually on a daily basis. Obviously, there's some losing days, but for the most part, some really nice trades that I'm watching the same exact stocks every single day. The second thing, having a community, being around other traders, whether it's mine, whether it's someone else's that you like, whether you can create your own, being with other traders, even if you guys start a Discord chat for you and say 10 friends or 20 friends that you know like to trade, having them there, calling out different stocks gives you one leg up, an advantage over the market because you're able to look at more at one time. I can only have, say, 6 to 8 charts up at one time, but with 1,400 people in a Discord chat, that is 1,400 people looking at all different stocks on every single day. Now, I know my process sounds extremely simple and may sound sort of amateur, but seriously, just looking at a watch list and trading the same stocks every single day can make you money. You're familiar with it, and there's no reason to go crazy and try to find that next new big stock every single day. You can really drive yourself crazy, and you can start to really hate the stock market, and sometimes it'll burn you out and get you out of the game. So I hope this video answers your questions. How do I find my stocks that I trade? It's extremely simple. I have a watch list and I look at it every single day. Before you head out, if you want to join my Discord chat, it's the first link in the description below. I trade live there every single day. If you want to get daily trade ideas, mostly swing trade ideas, you can go ahead and follow my Instagram. There is a link down below as well. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for some future videos. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Remember, the market is closed on Monday, so I hope to see you in a video on Tuesday. Peace.